Hello everyone and welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. My name is Stefan and thanks for coming to the channel, and thank you for coming with me to the Chicago School of Music or Chicago Music School in River North neighborhood of Chicago. As you know, or will come to know, my daughter lessons here and moreover hooked me up with one of the teachers who asked me to resuscitate a 55-gallon tank that had gone to seed. And so this is the fourth video in that process, and I'm really pumped. I mean, I was expecting more problems, but either I'm super lucky or I'm getting better at my craft. Regardless, the outcome so far, so good. Last week I added some simple fish to this tank, various platies, a couple swordtails, some more coreodoras, ram's horn snails, and 5 bristlenose plecos, juveniles. And so far I've only found one carcass, some bones and a head skull from one of the cories, and that stuff happens, and I expect it to happen again. Never good news, but honestly, given the situation and my limitations in dealing with this tank, I'm very pleased. I mean, look at it. So the proof is in the pudding, right? My theory was to do a simple aquascape with black lava rock and a heavy piece of driftwood. The lava rock looks great. It accents the wood colors. I added a few smaller sticks to kind of mimic the flow of a fallen tree in its root system. The lava rock is so porous, it adds beneficial bacteria, places for that to be cultivated. And this tank needs all the help it can get because it has a canister filter, a nice Eheim, but it's too small for the tank. And I agreed to do the task, even though I informed the owner that that was the case. And so I cleaned that filter out, added a sponge filter to create some oxygen as well as supplement the filtration. The nitrates are a little higher than I would like after adding all this livestock, and there is more to come. I expected a spike, so I'm not surprised, but I am being cautious, which is good. That's what you want with someone who's setting up your fish tank for you. So along with the platies, just in case you're wondering, this wonderfully garish glowfish has been with the Chicago Music School for years, and it was in this tank when I found him. It has survived through thick and thin, and it was pretty thin. So now it's the lovely gaudy mascot of the tank, and I think it's super happy. Why would it not be from where it was to where it is now? So hello mascot, I need a name for this fish. I wonder if they have one here at the music school. Mr. Pink. I think I talked about that in my last video, and I got some name suggestions. Plant life, this is my new favorite plant, Lemonphilia sessiflora, if I'm saying that right. These tops are from the ones I put in back, and it's literally just a couple weeks difference. I call this the Dr. Seuss plant because it looks like his drawings. Look at how beautiful that is. Are you kidding me? Get this plant. And then my old favorite plant was Pogostem and Octopus, an aquarium favorite, because of the great variegation in the structure. It can get, you can see through it, but it expands, and it's just beautiful. And the two plants together, awesome, easy plants. At least I haven't had any problems with them. There's never gonna be CO2 in this tank. The light is adequate, nothing to go great guns over, but look at that growth in compromised conditions using a pretty much inert substrate. I did add some aqua soil beneath all this gravel, but not a lot, and a few root tabs, but not a lot. And I mean, I was setting something up so that the music school people, if I don't get the opportunity to come and maintain this tank, that these plants and livestock will not suffer too much And obviously, they just can't do nothing. Nothing is unacceptable over time, but I am expecting that they have better things to do, and that's teach children music, which has never been more important. So I don't expect them to obsess over these aquariums the way I do. I'm hoping they will let me come back at least once a month to do water changes and things of that nature, and I don't see why they wouldn't, because so far this tank is, in my view, a huge success. And I know that the teachers and students have said nice things to me when they catch me working on it. So I'm not trying to make money. I'd prefer not to lose money, but I hope they bring me back after I'm done stocking to maintain. But more about that as it comes up. Ooh, I love the way the color shifted as I move the camera. What else can I tell you about this aquarium? Oh, the fish I'm bringing in will come from a breeder, primarily in the far western suburbs, and I'm going to buy more colorful platies from this breeder, probably a group of orange and yellow, just because it looks great and they're easy and hardy. And I think the kids will get really excited if they start having babies, which is inevitable, really. Maybe some more white albino Coriodoras, because they're not expensive, they're hardy, and you can see them, right? And children love them as well, and honestly, who doesn't? So more of those. I'll probably get a couple blue gouramis from this breeder because he has a group, and maybe some angelfish. Angelfish are my Achilles heel. They're one of my favorite fish, but I haven't cracked the code necessarily, and I don't know if I want to have 5 angelfish and then 2 croak on this. That could ruin, well, them, and then my credibility as well. And I'm just a little bit scared, but if I can match the water parameters with what these angelfish require, and this tank hasn't lost any fish up until that point, I will add those too, because everybody loves angelfish. And then if you have a group of platies, 30 of them, 5 angelfish, 2 gouramis, and a cleanup crew, we're done. This tank is good to go. And going it is, right? I'm already trimming these wonderful plants, and I'm not seeing much in the way of death, that one Coriodora. And I did clean up some dead leaves from the Hygrophila pinnifada. That was always a push for this tank. I wasn't sure how it was gonna take to it, but it's doing reasonably well. I've got water sprite and some kind of rotala on either of the corners here. Yeah, so I'm doing the classic hockey stick layout, which is long, going up to a curve, as well as trying to have a bit of organization to the jungle vibe. So groups of plants, but lots of them, and then symmetry on side to side. All right, everybody, that's the update. What do you think? Let me know. Have any ideas, tips, thoughts, questions? I'd love to hear from you. Always keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.